Hello and welcome. You are watching Jones Longhorns football on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Jones opened their season last week in Week 0 with a big-time 51-6 win over the Luther Lions. This week, officially Week 1 across the state, it's going to be a little bit of a tougher test as they are on the road against the Keifer Trojans. I'm Zach Reynolds alongside me, Coach Grant Haynes. Coach, this is going to be a fun one.
Oh, this is going to be a great game. Really excited. Great weather, a little windy. But got a really good Keifer team here that we've played a couple years ago. Really excited to see how our boys play against them tonight.
Should be a fun one. Keifer, a team that's pretty similar to Jones in several ways. Both teams really good last year. Had their seasons end in some heartbreaking fashions. Both teams still very talented, but relying on younger guys, juniors, and maybe seniors that hadn't played as much as underclassmen to show their talent and help the team rise after graduating, some big classes. Both teams can, have dealt with that this season or early season. That's going to be a big test from each squad.
No doubt. Looking at our team, we lost quite a few from last year's team, but I thought they played really good last week. Looking at Keifer, this is their first game for their young guys. They have 7 returner starters on defense and I believe about 6 on offense. But the ones that they lost were really pivotal players for them, including their quarterback, who made everything go last year. Outstanding player. I know his younger brother will be the starting quarterback tonight as a sophomore. As a sophomore, it's tough to come in and start, especially when you're playing against the Jones defense like what we've got.
That's one of the things I did want to ask you about, where Jones last week played a Week 0 matchup. They've got one under the belt. Keifer, this is their season and home opener. They didn't have a Week 0 matchup. Does that give Jones much of an edge, or if with just 1 week difference, you still got to play it like it's Week 1 essentially?
Yeah, looking at it from a coaching perspective, if you've got a pretty young team, you typically don't want a Week 0 game, just mainly because that's 1 week sooner that you have to play a game, and your young guys may not be ready just yet for that. So I think Keifer, having 2 scrimmages allowed their young guys to get a little bit of varsity experience under their belt. Looking at us, we got a great first game against Luther. Saw a lot of things that we needed to fix, and, walking to practice, I think they got a lot of those things fixed this week. It's exciting because this is where you really start to see growth amongst your sophomores and juniors that haven't, necessarily played as much last year. They get to go out there, let it loose, show what they've been working for all off-season, spring, summer, and now fall. So I'm really thrilled to see how this goes.
You're watching the Jones Longhorns pregame show. We'll be back with some key players to watch out when we come back on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Sidelined by surgery, illness, injury? Valor Physical Therapy can help. At Valor PT, our skilled therapists create a rehabilitation program individualized for you, with education and encouragement each step of the way. Whether it's sports or the activities of life, let Valor get you back in the game. Start now at 405-265-6449. No referral needed. Mention Oklahoma Sports Network and get a free t-shirt at your first appointment.
Bank First is uniquely Oklahoman, deeply rooted in over 50 communities statewide. From those roots, our investment in education springs forth, helping to raise the Oklahoma leaders of tomorrow while providing financial strength to the business leaders of today. That's the kind of loyalty that helps entire communities thrive. Bank First, loyal to Oklahoma, loyal to you.
Zach Reynolds, Coach Grant Haynes back with you on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Jones Longhorns football taking on Keifer, the Trojans at Keifer. And Coach, what are some key players in this game that you want to look out for, not only for Jones but Keifer as well?
Looking, at Jones first, I really want to see, how we start running the ball. Keifer runs a 3-3-5 defense, sometimes a 3-5-3. And so I kind of want to see how Cale Clark and Coda Harris run the ball tonight. Looking at Keifer, they've got a linebacker that, is one of the bigger kids I've ever seen play linebacker, Titus Bell, sophomore, 6'4", 250. He plays that stack linebacker spot. He fits the run really well. But I think one thing we can expose on them is the pass game.
We're going to go ahead and step aside from the national anthem, and we will be back with more pregame show on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Back here on the Oklahoma Sports Network, just before the national anthem, Coach Haynes was talking about a guy for Keifer, Titus Bell, and just picture your eyes and imagine the perfect football linebacker. Pretty much you're looking at Titus Bell. I mean, it's crazy he's only a sophomore. He is humongous. We saw him out here in warm-ups earlier, and he just stands out. He's got that neck roll kind of, the old school linebacker look. And you look at his stats last year as a freshman, he led them in a lot of defensive categories, and that's going to stay the same this season. Yeah,
he's a really good football player. Like I said, you don't see very many sophomore kids being 6'4", 250, but, looking at the roster, they've got a lot of big kids. Number 3, 6'5", 200. Number 5, the quarterback is 6'4", 180. You look down here, you got 6'5", 6'4", 6'5", 6'6". They've got some really big kids, and these big kids are young guys for them, sophomores, juniors. So I think it's going to be really interesting. Like I said, this being some of their first games, how are they going to respond to game speed? And, they may have some size, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be tough for them to match our speed, especially defensively.
One more key guy to look out for on the Keifer side is not one of their bigger guys. It's actually their senior running back, Bradley Breland. He's only 5'6", 160 pounds, not a very big guy, but he ran it all over the field for them last year, and he'll look to do the same this year. Yeah,
watching some of their film, he's one of those guys that they give the ball to real quick, kind of like a Quentin Griffin type kid that, OU used to have back in the 2000s. Very quick, get the ball, and he goes through the hole as quickly as he can and gets upfield. Him being 5'6", it's hard to lose him, or it's easy to lose him, especially with, some of their line kids being 6'2", 6'3", 6'4". So I think being able to track him, find him in the gap, and, get a helmet on him is going to help out quite a bit.
Just saw the coin toss out there at midfield over the Trojan logo, and as they do that and they wrap that up, I'll remind you that the coin toss is brought to you by Revitalize Implants. Restore your smile for less. Outstanding care, comfort, and affordability is their top priorities. They are dedicated to providing modern, cost-effective dental implant solutions to fit any budget. Call to set up an appointment at 405-216-3735 or visit them online at revitalizeimplants.com. We're going to take a break just for a little bit here, and then we'll be back with Coach Haynes' keys to the game for Jones on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Bank First is uniquely Oklahoman, deeply rooted in over 50 communities statewide. From those roots, our investment in education springs forth, helping to raise the Oklahoma leaders of tomorrow while providing financial strength to the business leaders of today. That's the kind of loyalty that helps entire communities thrive. Bank First, loyal to Oklahoma, loyal to you.
Welcome back on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Zach Reynolds, Coach Grant Haynes with you. Jones Longhorns set to take on the Keifer Trojans at Keifer. Quickly, Coach, what is your key to the game for the Jones Longhorns?
I think for me is being able to spread the ball around. I think Keifer, what they really want to do is try to stop the run. They'll give you what we call a 3-3 stack. 3 defensive linemen, 3 linebackers stacked right on top of them. Sometimes they'll have both safeties down and give you a 3-5-3 look. So I think being able to spread the ball around, make them play in space. They do have some good-sized kids, but like I said, we've got a lot of speed on the edges. Let's use it to our ability.
Moments away from the kickoff here. Jones' first test on the road, and this will be a kickoff to start the first quarter. It is brought to you by Valor. Looks like that's going to be number 7, Blake Stopp, kicking things away for the Trojans. Back deep to return for the Longhorns is Hardiman, but he won't get the chance as they go a little onside kick action, and it'll fell right on at the 50. Nice play that time, and it is...
Looks like DeBusk, Eli.
Yeah, number 27, the younger DeBusk, Eli, made a nice play that time against the trick. So this is the first quarter, brought to you by Valor. Valor Physical Therapy in Choctaw, offering tailored treatment options to address your discomfort or injury using cutting-edge methods and advanced technological testing, shoulder, hip, knee, foot, ankle, and cervical pain. Northeast 23rd Street in Choctaw, or by phone at 405-993-3157. Longhorns on offense to start this one off on the road. Beautiful day here in Keifer, Oklahoma. Great day for some football. Hanson, the quarterback, had a great game in week 1 for Jones. He fakes the handoff, goes out to Ellison, the big tight end. He gets past one defender, and now is met by a lot of Trojans right there, and that looks like it's going to be a loss. Maybe he got back to the line to gain.
Yep, safety, came down pretty hard. Wasn't a great block out there at the receiver position, but it was good enough to where we could have got up underneath it and getting a few more yards. Live and learn.
With forward progress, looks like they gave him about a yard, so it'll be at the 49, and it'll be 2nd and 9. Hanson out of the shotgun now. He's got Kel Clark as his tailback right behind him. Hanson hands off to Clark. He'll go to the left side, now up the middle, and gains a few up around the 45-yard, maybe the 46.
So watching Keifer, they're giving us a pretty light box, giving us 5 guys in the box, 3 down, 2 linebackers. They're bumping out their outside linebackers to stop our quick game, our quick passing game. They know how deadly we are out there in space, and they're trying to cover it.
3rd down and 4 for Jones on their opening drive from the 44. Hanson a hard count. No jump, so now he'll look. Check some things at the line. Now takes the snap, looks to the right, throws this one up, has a man wide open, but it's out of the reach of Templeton. Had him open, got past the DB, but he couldn't hook up with Hanson that time, and it'll be 4th and 4 from 44-yard line. This is a weird spot. Whether you want to punt or go for it, it looks like they'll send out the punting unit.
Yeah, I think something happened there for sure. Ball kind of sailed on us. I don't know if, you people at home can watch and see it, but we've got a really stiff breeze. I would say we probably got a 10, 15-mile-per-hour wind at our back. And so anytime you throw that ball up, that thing's going to sail, and so it's going to be tough to track it at times.
Trayton Jones back to punt, try to use that wind to his advantage. Boots this one up, on the left side. That one is going to be at the 10, and the flag is thrown. And I believe that it's going to be interference. I think he got into him before the ball got there.
Yep, that's gonna that's gonna hurt them. Instead of having them deep, down around the 5-yard line, now we're gonna give them about 10 to 15 yards, so they'll be able to start at about the 20. Those are the plays you can't have. Those are the plays as a coach will drive you crazy.
It was a really good punt by Jones, but the penalty there will set up a nice opening spot to start Keifer's first drive on offense. It'll be interesting to see what they can do against the Jones defense, a defensive line that is very sturdy for Jones versus an offense that is likely to look to run the ball a lot here.
Yeah, Keifer, they're going to move, a lot of motion, a lot of shifting, try to get you a lot of eye candy, and they're going to run just a base play, counter power, buck sweep, trap, and they're going to try to get your eyes to deceive you. So we'll see what happens here.
6'4" sophomore Cash Worley, the quarterback. Now he'll go out wide, and they'll go into a wildcat formation. Some trickeration here to start, perhaps. The running back takes a snap. He's up the middle. He's pushing, and he's got a nice gain of 4 or 5 yards on first down.
Yeah, they fired us. They fired off and pushed us back. A good 4 to 5 yards. Ran a little power play over here to the left. Good play.
That was Breland, as we talked about in the pregame. They took that snap and rushed it for 5, so it's 2nd and 5. Scoreless here, just underway, 10 minutes left in the first quarter. Now the referee blows the whistle.
Getting him off for his mouthpiece.
So Poffel will have to come off the field, and they will send out Baxter. Brody Baxter will take his spot. He's the wide receiver at the bottom of your screen to the left side for Keifer. Now he'll motion closer to the line. Sets up near the slot.
Ooh, that's a false start.
Quarterback takes it. He keeps it himself. And Worley will be drove down. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Looks like they might mark it as a gain of 1, but a nice run stuff that time.
Yeah, Keifer got away with one right there. Receiver motioning in, started leaning forward. That should be a 5-yard penalty against them, but our defense did a great job of playing power back to the boundary.
3rd and 4 now. Worley in an empty backfield. Tried for the hard count, nothing doing. Resets at the line. 3 receivers to his left. Takes the snap, looks to the right, throws over the middle. That one's going to be picked off by Jones.
Very nice. Got tipped at the line. Luke DeBus made a great play on it. As you can see, Keifer's going to give us a different set every single play. You just got to line up correctly and play on it.
DeBusk with the pick, and that gives the Jones very, very good field position here for their second drive after their first drive stalled at the 45. This one will start from the 31, already in Trojan territory, as Asen Hansen and the Longhorns offense come back out. Clark again, the running back for Hansen and the Longhorns. 2 receivers stacked on the right side. Hansen hands off to Clark. He goes out to the right, gets past one defender up the middle on a nice run on first down. I'll bring him up to the 34, looks like.
Yeah, tried pulling here. They got a lot of penetration there on our right side, made our puller bounce. Clark did a good job of getting around it. Keifer, they are staying true to trying to play our spread game, trying to stop any quick throws. So you're going to see a lot of runs up inside. We're going to see if they work or not.
Marked it at the 26 for a 2nd and 5. Nice first down gain. Hand off to Clark again up the left side, and he is brought down. And in there on the stop for Keifer was Braden Holt. Got off his block early that time, so it'll be another 3rd down test for the Longhorns.
Yeah, looked really good there at the beginning. We didn't hold our blocks quite as well as we did at the very start of it, but we'll finish that here pretty quick.
3rd and 3 from the 24 for the Longhorns. They'll have 3 receivers on the left side. That's at the top of your screen. Looks like Creighton Jones, Templeton are out there, as well as Hardiman. The back on the right hip of Hansen is Kel Clark.
We've got them misaligned.
Hansen keeps it himself up the middle. He's got room. Jukes out of the defender and brought down by his ankles, but he's got the first down and more all the way up near the 10.
Keifer doesn't know how to line up to the set. This set's giving him a little bit of problems. We've kind of overloaded one side. Really good-looking play right there.
So Hansen on the keeper, waited a long time to read the defense and then pulled it from Clark. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 13. Longhorns in the red zone. Hansen throws to the left, and it is tipped off the hands of Templeton. That one maybe too hot out of the arm of Hansen.
Look for Jones to stay in the set. If you look at the defense right now, Jones didn't have anyone over to the right, and they had Keifer left 3 people to the right. So we have numbers to keep running the ball and to keep attacking that side. Look for Jones to keep seeing that and keep attacking it here pretty quickly.
Hansen will come up to the line with Clark behind him. This time it's 3 receivers to the right, the big Riley Ellison in the slot, 1 receiver on the left side. Hansen out of the shotgun, takes it, turns and fires to the right. That's Hardiman trying to set up the screen. He's past one guy, past another. He's all the way down to the 3-yard line.
That was smooth. He caught that ball, took about 3 steps and got 10 yards. That's pretty good.
That's what you like to see from Carlos Hardiman. That's exactly the right skill set to use.
No doubt, using his ability well.
See him in the return game a lot. Didn't see him a ton in the regular offense. Makes, a ton of noise last week, but I expect him to have a big season for Jones.
No doubt.
He's in the slot on the left side. Out wide is Creighton Jones. That's Templeton, who's moving across the formation here. Hansen takes the snap, hands off to Clark, up the gut, pushing over a defender. He's near the goal line, and they're going to call him short right at the 1.
Yeah, we didn't come off on a linebacker right there. A little stack linebacker came in and made the play. Looks like we got someone down.
Going to have a Longhorn down. We're going to step away for just a second and be back with more Jones football on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Sidelined by surgery, illness, injury? Valor Physical Therapy can help. At Valor PT, our skilled therapists create a rehabilitation program individualized for you, with education and encouragement each step of the way. Whether it's sports or the activities of life, let Valor get you back in the game. Start now at 405-265-6449. No referral needed. Mention Oklahoma Sports Network and get a free t-shirt at your first appointment.
Bank First is uniquely Oklahoman, deeply rooted in over 50 communities statewide. From those roots, our investment in education springs forth, helping to raise the Oklahoma leaders of tomorrow while providing financial strength to the business leaders of today. That's the kind of loyalty that helps entire communities thrive. Bank First, loyal to Oklahoma, loyal to you.
Back with more Jones football on the Oklahoma Sports Network, and they are knocking on the door of the end zone. They're at the 1-yard line, 2nd and goal, and a scoreless tie, 6:44 left in the first quarter. First quarter brought to you by Valor. And Jones had a nice run that time from Clark all the way right up to the 1. And now they will try to punch it in. They've got a couple of chances to do that.
Yep, got to capitalize right here. This is where you lean on your offensive line. Let's see what they can do.
Dakota Harris is in the game, but he's more lined up like a fullback across to the left side now. Hansen alone in the backfield. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Hansen will take it himself.
Got
up
it.
The gut, touchdown, Jones.
Very nice. Very nice. Good job on that left side by Riley and Jack Mendoza. And got Omar Ruiz in there. Did a very nice job collapsing that left side and allowing Asen to get in there. Very nice.
I think Jack Mendoza is somebody we didn't talk about enough last week, is a guy that's really good. Really is an anchor at that left tackle spot.
No, he's someone that, like I said, has played a lot of football. Right now he's being looked at as a guy that's got to lead this group, and I think he's doing a nice job of doing so.
So Jones takes a 6-0 lead, and looks like they will go for 2 here. Funky formation. The direct snap goes to Clark, and he is. Oh, they say no good. Looked like he got in for the 2 points, but they say no good. Jones scores a touchdown. They're on top 6-0. 6:27 left in the first quarter. Back with more on the Oklahoma Sports Network after this.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Jones on top 6-0 after that touchdown run. That drive started on the 31-yard line and ended with a 1-yard touchdown run from the quarterback, Asen Hansen, to put Jones up 6-0. And here, it's Colson Lindsay booting this one away, caught at the 10. Keifer will try for a return.
There you go.
He's going to be drove home right down at the 20.
Good coverage right there.
As I mentioned, that last scoring drive was an Asen Hansen run from the 1-yard line after they started at the 31 after a pick from Luke DeBus. That scoring recap brought to you by Jones Nutrition. Bring you the best smoothies and energizing drinks in town. Proud supporter of Jones Athletics. 9244 Hiawassee Suite 400. Check us out on social media and stop in and say hi. So the Jones defense back out now. They had a turnover there last time. Their first time on the field in this one, in fact. As Luke DeBus who got a nice interception on third down. Worley, quarterback for Keifer, takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He'll keep it himself.
There you go.
He is hit in the backfield and drove
nice.
down. Tried to scoot away, but was drove home. Looked like the one who finished that one off was DeBusk. He didn't start it, didn't get first contact, but like you'll see a lot this season, Luke DeBusk will clean things up.
Well, that was a great job by Dorian Wiley there at the right defensive end spot of getting first contact and really blowing that play up from the start.
So 2nd and 12 after the loss on first down. 5:50 left here in the first quarter. 6-0 Jones. 2nd and 12. Worley rolls out to his left.
Good.
Looking and fires, and that one is going to be incomplete. And that one might have been tipped, it looked like almost, but that one fell on the ground right in front of Carter Calvert.
Man, that was great pressure by Mason Templeton right there, setting the edge, making the quarterback get up and throw the ball quickly. That's how you do it. That's how you make a quarterback not make a very accurate throw.
Worley came up limping after that one. He's still back there, but he's favoring that leg.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting because they run the quarterback a lot. If I'm Jones, I'm looking at a quick jet sweep here or possibly a little handoff into counter power buck sweep.
3rd and 12. Here comes a guy. High snap
there
to
it
get
is,
it
jet
down.
Sweep.
That's Schoaf trying to get it across, and he will
Very
be
nice.
dropped for a loss. That's the cornerback, Walker Henry, coming up with a TFL on 3rd down.
Very nice. Like I said, look for Keifer to start doing a little bit more of that. If their quarterback cannot run effectively, it takes out 75% of their game plan because he has to run the ball for them to be successful.
So Blake Stott back to punt this one away, and Carlos Hardiman back to try for a return for Jones. He's right around the 51-yard line. Low snap, stop, rolls out right. Now we'll boot this one away. Short punt. Maybe the wind affected that one. It'll bounce. It's at the 30 and out of bounds. And very good starting field position for Jones again after a disappointing punt.
Hey, this is exactly what we want. We've been at the wrong end of going against the wind the last couple years. That worked out great for us on that punt, only going about 15 yards. So look for Jones here. If Jones can impose their will up front, it's going to open up a lot of things because Keifer's really trying to stop the pass game. So leaning on that offensive line up front to really make things happen is going to be a big thing for tonight.
Seeing a lot of Kel Clark already today, but Coda Harris now in the backfield on the right hip of Hansen.
3-1 box.
4:57 left here in the first quarter. Hansen out of the shotgun, takes it, fakes the handoff, will roll out himself, and he gets past one defender who had his ankles, and he'll get up and actually gained 4 or 5 yards. He had his ankles grabbed there and then was able to pull him loose, gain some yards.
Yeah, they're getting some penetration on us. Our gap scheme is having a little bit of trouble trying to stop penetration. We've had some good plays by Asen and our running backs being able to get away from that.
Hansen was a true dual threat quarterback last week. Had a ton of rush yards and a good amount of passing yards as well, and 4 passing touchdowns. Already has a rushing touchdown here today, which makes it 6-0 Jones. 4:10 left in the first. They're looking for more. 2nd and 6. Hansen swings out to Ellison in the slot, the big tight end around the edge. He's got the first down and will be thrown down. But a nice gain that time from Ellison. We know about his 6'7" frame, but he's got some wheels too.
Yep, good run right there. That is what scares Keifer. That's why we see them trying to cover up our outside so much and us running it inside, because we have playmakers all on the edges. So anytime they're going to squeeze in the box, we're just going to get the ball outside to our playmakers and let them go in space. If they're going to cover the space, then we'll run it up inside. We're really playing a good game against these guys as far as game plan and game calling goes.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 17. 3:40 left in the first quarter. Hansen out of the shotgun with Harris behind him. Turns and fires to the right.
There it is
this
again.
Time it's Purvis. He'll go up and is brought down. A flag flies in. He got up around the 11-yard line. We'll see what this flag is.
Oh.
They're going to call it holding on Jones, so this one's coming back. So the replay first down. If you're enjoying the first couple of weeks of Jones action on the Oklahoma Sports Network, or just want more football action in general, make sure to download our apps. You can go on Apple or Android app stores. You can go to Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Apple TV. Just go to those search bars, search Oklahoma Sports Network. Free to download, free to watch. Or you can go to our website at oksportsnet.com. You can even find us on YouTube. There's plenty of ways. Just find the way that you like best and watch some great high school football. We got plenty of action every Friday night across the state of Oklahoma. So the drive backed up now to be 1st and 18 from the 25 after the penalty. On the right hash mark, going left to right.
Light box right here.
Hansen steps back, looking left.
Got
Fire has Ellison.
Got him.
Touchdown.
What a play. Corner lost side of our receiver. Riley did a great job of getting width on his route to try to make that cornerback play on him. Cornerback just lost him, had his eyes in the backfield, and great throw, great catch. That was a very nice offensive drive right there.
25-yard touchdown pass from Hansen to Ellison. Didn't see Ellison get involved too much pass catching last week. Already making his presence known with this drive here.
No, this is what you got to stop when you play against us. Got to be able to cover all spaces of the field because we can spread you out, we can throw it, we can run it. It really puts defenses in a bind, just like what we're seeing here. They're misaligned.
Going for 2 here. Hansen takes the snap, fires out to Pitts, and he will be wrapped up. So didn't get the 2-point conversion there, but another touchdown makes it 12-0 Jones with 3:18 left here in the first quarter. They're on a roll. We'll be back on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Sidelined by surgery, illness, injury? Valor Physical Therapy can help. At Valor PT, our skilled therapists create a rehabilitation program individualized for you, with education and encouragement each step of the way. Whether it's sports or the activities of life, let Valor get you back in the game. Start now at 405-265-6449. No referral needed. Mention Oklahoma Sports Network and get a free t-shirt at your first appointment.
Zach Reynolds, Coach Grant Haynes here with you. Jones up 12-0 with 3:18 left in the first.
Good
that
kick.
One booted away by Lindsey. Fielded at the 10.
Get there, AJ.
And it gets past
Good job.
one and is drove down. Good coverage again that time. He's short of the 25.
Is that the busk again, Eli? That's a great job. That is what you want from your young guys, especially freshmen at this level. You want them to come in and contribute on special teams like that. That is invaluable. Great job by Eli. Had A.J. Rideau down there on coverage as well. Being able to get down there and put pressure on the return team, that's what we want. It's a good job.
See how Worley does on this drive. He was limping towards the end of their last drive. Keifer, that is, but Worley this time not limping anymore. We'll see if he does some running. Breland is back on the left side.
Counter.
He'll hand it off to him. Up the middle, and he breaks up for a 5-6 yard gain. The last Jones offensive drive started at the 30 and ended with a 25-yard touchdown pass from Mason Hansen to Riley Ellefson, the big tight end. That scoring recap brought to you by Jones Nutrition, bringing you the best smoothies and energizing drinks in town. Proud supporter of Jones Athletics, 9244 Hiwassee Suite 400. Check them out on social media or stop in and say hi. Jones Nutrition. 2nd and 4 now after the good first down run from Breland. He motions behind now. Worley, high snap, Worley gets it down and hands off. Up the middle again, Breland right near that first down marker. I believe he's got it.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. The running back's doing a very nice job of keeping it tight. We're getting some pressure on the edges, but he's finding a little crease up inside, being able to get some yardage from it. And here we go with Keifer, giving us an empty formation, look for a shift or a motion, something to try to get us confused, try to see if they like something, and then they'll shift out of it, motion out of it. Looks a lot like Bixby offense when you watch it.
2:05 left in the first quarter. Worley takes the snap and will just kind of throw this one away. They were trying to set up a screen for Breland, but Jones was all over that one. So now it'll be 2nd and 10. They've had some good runs, but they've not been able to get the passing game going yet.
And I think that's what, looking at this game and looking at this Keifer team compared to last year. Last year they could throw really well. 2 years ago they could throw it really well. With a young quarterback, you try to make easy throws for him, throws that he can complete easily. So some of those complicated pass concepts kind of go out the window. But, looking at the run game, it hasn't changed much.
Worley takes the snap, will roll out to his left. He's pressured, throws this one, and it is over the head of Bradley Breland. 3rd down and 10 now. That's somewhere where I could see some troubles. Looks like the referee's going to talk something over here. But, he drops back. He's immediately got pressure. He's got to throw it over those defensive linemen, but his running back's only 5'6", and that time you see that he airmailed him trying to get it over the D lineman.
Well, looking at our defensive line, you've got Caleb Chapel, who's 6'2". You got Ahmad Kirby, who's 6'1". You've got AJ, who's out there now, who's about 6 foot, 6'1". You've got some size. Dwayne Wiley's 6'2". So you've got a lot of size out there, and it makes it tough, especially when they're running full speed at you and you're retreating to try to get that ball over them.
So there was an unsportsmanlike conduct call on Keifer as well, looks like, after the play. So they're going to move this one back to the 20-yard line.
So looking at these, easy throws that we talk about, it wouldn't surprise me again if they try to go with the screen. It really wouldn't.
One receiver way out wide. Instead, a handoff to Breland. He's up the middle and will be brought down. A nice run, but not nearly enough on 3rd and 25.
Brought down by number 12, Lee DeBusk, and number 9, Jet Biden.
DeBusk in there on the tackle again. And stop back out to punt this one away. The Jones defense as good as advertised so far.
And that was an important drive. Looking at the clock, you've got about 1:30 left. Making them punt in this quarter is really big because there's a really good chance that he's only going to punt it 10 to 15, 20 yards.
He boots this one away. Much better punt this time across the 50. Takes a bounce. Hardiman catches it, and he will be brought down right at about the, let's say, 43, 44-yard line.
Yeah, so about a 25-yard punt. You would much rather that than him be with the wind and kick at 40 yards.
And I'll tell you this. I was watching Stop at least kick field goals on the warm-ups. He's got a leg. It's
he does.
Just the wind is against him right there.
He does. And, that ball gets about as high as we are up here on the press box. And I'm telling you, this wind's blowing about 15, 20, 25 miles an hour. And anytime that hits a ball, it's going to stop a ball dead in its tracks.
Well, football's fair in that way, though. When the quarter ends, it'll flip the other way, and Jones will have to deal with that. Here they've scored on offense. They went over on their first drive and then scored the first 2 after that. Hansen fires to Elfson in the middle. He's got room to run. And he's going to be brought down by a couple of Trojans, but he is across the 40 up to the 44-yard line.
Really good concept right there. Good call by Coach Durrell and the offensive coaches. Keifer is flying down on our quick screens outside, so we take advantage of it, slip our little tight end right behind it. Asen did a very good job of riding the mesh and getting the ball out to Riley. Very nice play.
Under a minute now left in the first quarter, brought to you by Valor. Hansen alone in the backfield. Dakota Harris, the running back, lined up in the slot here as a receiver. Hansen out of the shotgun, now motions. Harris across the formation. Hansen kept it himself to the right side, spins away, and he will be brought down. Was able to gain 4 or 5 yards that time.
Yep. So looking at that play, that's what we call power read. That's the universally called term for that play. And you read a defensive end, and anytime that defensive end comes rushing upfield hard like that, it makes it look like the play is going really bad, but that's what you want, okay? When something like that happens, it gives your quarterback or running back the option to take it or give it, and they can go. So that play is by design. It was not a bust. It was a good read by Asen. He was able to go.
Jones up 12-0 and on the drive again as this first quarter comes to an end. We're going to step away. We'll be back with second quarter action on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Bank First is uniquely Oklahoman, deeply rooted in over 50 communities statewide. From those roots, our investment in education springs forth, helping to raise the Oklahoma leaders of tomorrow while providing financial strength to the business leaders of today. That's the kind of loyalty that helps entire communities thrive. Bank First, loyal to Oklahoma, loyal to you.
Welcome back to the Oklahoma Sports Network, where Jones is up 12-0 as we enter the second quarter, brought to you by Bank First. They strive to meet each customer wherever they may be on their journey, working every day to learn their reputation as a financial partner that can be relied on. Yes, we embrace the conveniences of modern technology, but we will never forget the Oklahoma's unique identities always come from our people, the towns, and the cities we call home. Jones' first play of the second quarter is going to gain some more up near the first down marker.
Yeah, looking at this drive, I think this is a pivotal drive for us because if you can get them down 18-20-0, then they're going to have to really struggle and really try to get the pass game going, which is not their strength. So I think this is a big thing for Jones here. I'm excited to see what they dial up.
3rd and 4 now. Now throwing into the wind if they want to pass. Hansen with Harris on his left hip, takes the shotgun snap, looks left, now he'll roll out that way. Trying to direct traffic, trying to get across the edge, spins at the 30, up near the 35, he should be right there for a first down.
Looks like he's got a yard. Yep, yard passes, we're good, first down. Good protection. Asen wanted to roll out there and try to use his legs, and that's what he does really well with. He can use his legs, get out there and play.
Once again, second quarter brought to you by Bank First. The business they create and the lifestyles they embrace. Their pledge is simple: Bank First, loyal to Oklahoma and loyal to you, FDIC. Bank First of Jones. And Jones takes a timeout. We'll take it with him. They're on the move. 11-11 left in the second quarter. 12-0 they lead on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Zach Reynolds and Coach Grant Haynes with you for Jones Longhorns football on the Oklahoma Sports Network. It's 1st and 10, Jones from the 26 as they lead 12-0. Hansen and Harris in the backfield. Hansen, the QB, takes the snap. He'll keep it himself. Looks like a design run up the middle, and he gains a couple that time.
Yep. Got a new, well, never mind. Here he comes.
So a 2-yard run that time will make it 2nd and 8 for Jones. Nearing the red zone, not quite there yet. Their first drive got snuffed out, but after an interception from Luke DeBusk, they scored on their second drive, and they scored on their third drive as well, trying to make it 3 in a row here. Up 12-0 with 10:30 left in the second quarter. Hansen out of the shotgun, takes the snap, drops back. Looking, has plenty of time,
Great
steps up in the
protection.
pocket, fires, has a man open, Hardiman for the touchdown.
Great protection. That's what you want right there. Offensive line did an outstanding job. Michael Renfro, Omar Ruiz, Dominic, Ty Duran, Jack Mendoza. That was an outstanding job up front, allowed for those routes to happen. I mean, that's what you want. That was an outstanding job.
Aizen Hansen's third touchdown of the day, second via the pass. He also had a rushing touchdown. Lindsey on for the extra point. And quickly, I want to remind you that you can go and vote for the OSN Player of the Week each week. They feature 3 players from across the state, and you can go to oksportsnet.com for that. This week, Aizen Hansen, for his performance last week, is one of those 3, so go and vote for him if you can at oksportsnet.com. Extra point is good. 19-0. Jones rolling here. We'll be back on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Sidelined by surgery, illness, injury? Valor Physical Therapy can help. At Valor PT, our skilled therapists create a rehabilitation program individualized for you, with education and encouragement each step of the way. Whether it's sports or the activities of life, let Valor get you back in the game. Start now at 405-265-6449. No referral needed. Mention Oklahoma Sports Network and get a free t-shirt at your first appointment.
Back on the Oklahoma Sports Network, Lindsey kicks this one off, fielded at the 20 for Keifer. That's Breland with it. He's shifty. He'll be brought down at the 30. Jones up 19-0 with 10:18 left here in the second quarter after their last drive, where Aizen Hansen fired a dart for a 24-yard touchdown to Carlos Hardiman to make it 19-0. That scoring recap brought to you by Jones Nutrition, bringing you the best smoothies and energizing drinks in town. Proud supporters of Jones Athletics, 9244 Hiawassee Suite 400. Check them out on social media and stop in and say hi.
Yeah, still got Worley, Keifer quarterback, still limping a little bit. Not sure how much they're going to run him, but I will say this, look for him to start throwing a little bit more with them being with the wind. Plays a big, big role.
That's it. I'd say it's even picked up a little bit here. The sun finally kind of dropping below us. I mean, it's a beautiful night here. Friday night lights, couldn't get any better than this. But
that was outstanding.
The wind is picking up a little bit. We'll see if Keifer can use that to their advantage. And you saw on that last drive, Aizen Hansen had no problem throwing into the wind. Had plenty on that one to Hardiman for the touchdown. Out of the shotgun, it's a handoff to Breland up the middle, and he is going to be dropped for a very short gain. Our herd of Longhorns in there on the stop.
Yep, 11 hats to the football. That's recipe for a good defense right there. 11 hats to the ball.
Looked like Caleb Chappell right there in the middle of it, which I'm sure if you've been watching Jones football for a while, in the last couple of years, you're accustomed to seeing that. Big guy right there, usually plays over the ball as a nose tackle type. Receiver motions in now. Worley will keep it himself. Looks to go outside. Might have dropped the ball. Jones trying to dive in on it. We'll see what the signal is.
Nope. You can tell that he does not want to run it. He is very gingerly running. As you watch him walk back, he's starting to limp a little bit more. So, like I said, this takes away about 75% of their game plan. Now they're kind of out of their comfort zone. Like I said, with the wind being at their back, look for a deep ball here. Don't let them get behind you.
So they lost the 2 there that they gained on first down, so it'll be 3rd and 10. 9 minutes left in the second quarter. Shotgun formation. Worley fakes the handoff.
Get him.
Now will roll out. Has pressure. Flying in. Sacked. The ball's loose. It'll be out of bounds, so no turnover, but Templeton flew in there for the sack.
I'm just telling you, Mason Templeton is he's going to give Worley nightmares tonight. That is the second time he's booted out, and Templeton has just came flying off the edge and has made his life miserable. Outstanding job by Mason Templeton. I don't know what they're going to call flag-wise. They may call, I don't know. We'll see.
Flag on the field. They're still talking this one over.
Yep, intentional grounding.
Intentional grounding. So they're going to say that it was a pass attempt instead of a fumble. At first I thought it was a fumble. I guess I can see where they call that intentional grounding. So it'll be the loss of down, and they will move it back.
Yep, it's great. We'll take it.
I think the only person upset at that might be Mason Templeton. Does that take his sack away?
I don't know. That's a good question. I know he doesn't necessarily care about the stats. I know he's much more of a guy who just wants to make people feel his punishment. So
he did that there.
Yeah.
So stop back to boot this one away again, and this time he's got the wind at his side. Kicks this one up, much better punt this time. It'll bounce just in front of the 50, and it'll keep rolling. It's a Keifer roll out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, 36 they'll call it, of Jones.
So just looking at the difference there, he kicked that ball at about the 8-yard line, and that wind carried it all the way to the opposite 40. So you easily have around a 50-yard punt just based off of the wind. The ball gets up there, and you can see that wind just starting to push. Anytime that wind pushes it, then you get a pretty good bounce. So big difference. Wind is going to play a pretty big factor, especially on special teams tonight.
8:47 left in this second quarter, brought to you by Bank First on the Oklahoma Sports Network. I'm Zach Reynolds, Coach Grant Haynes with me here. Jones on a roll their last few drives and looking to do that again as this drive starts from their own 36. Hansen steps back, looks right. Now has to step up away from pressure, rolls out, fires, has a man open, tiptoe catch by Pitts at the sideline.
Great catch. Well, Keifer has been playing it pretty safe defensively. They didn't bring a whole lot of blitzes the first 2 to 3 drives from what I saw. But that first play right there, they brought a 4-man blitz from one side. I think they're trying to get more pressure on Hansen because they know they can't play base against us. So they're going to try to make us a little bit more uncomfortable by blitzing us.
That's just pure quarterback play right there for Mason Hansen. As a guy that can run, he didn't just get pressured and immediately try to take off. He stayed patient, stepped up away from the pressure, and then found his open man.
No, and I think that's the growth that we've seen from Asen. Last year, anytime he had pressure, he would try to get around it. Now he's stepping up into the pocket, using his leverage and his footwork to get him out of bad plays.
Jones calls a timeout to avoid a penalty for delay of game. They lead 19-0, 8:40 left here in the second quarter, brought to you by Bank First. We'll be back on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Sidelined by surgery, illness, injury? Valor Physical Therapy can help. At Valor PT, our skilled therapists create a rehabilitation program individualized for you, with education and encouragement each step of the way. Whether it's sports or the activities of life, let Valor get you back in the game. Start now at 405-265-6449. No referral needed. Mention Oklahoma Sports Network and get a free t-shirt at your first appointment.
Back here on the Oklahoma Sports Network, and immediately a penalty for illegal formation. Then I'll back up the drive for Jones. Making it 1st and 15 instead of 1st and 10. After the nice throw and catch from Hansen to Pitts, a penalty there will make it, as I mentioned, 1st and 15. 2 receivers to the left, 2 out right. Hansen with Harris at his right hip. Now he'll motion him out. Hansen takes a snap, looks left, fires, has Creighton Jones, sets up the screen. He's across the 50. And he will pull 2 Keifer defenders all the way up to the 42, 43-yard line.
You've got 235 pounds running at you. Coda Harris running at a corner that's probably $150, $160. And, man, he smoked him right there. That's what you want.
So 2nd and 6 from the 44 now. So picked up a lot of that lost yardage and then some. Hansen steps back, looks right, fires, has a man. That is Hunter Purvis. Jukes out one defender, splits the defenders, and now is drove down right about the 25-yard line.
Man, we are finding and doing whatever we want at will. Like I said, we've exposed them on the vertical pass game. We're exposing them on the short game. We're getting after them up front. They are trying to catch up to what we're doing, and they are a step behind almost every single play. Great play right there.
Jones leads 19-0 with 8 minutes left in the second quarter. They're on the move again at the 25-yard line. 1st and 10. Hansen hands off to Coda Harris. He's around to the outside, and he will be drove down, but he powers ahead for 3 or 4 yards that time.
Did a better job of stopping penetration. You stop the penetration, that's going to help you. You get about 4 to 5 yards. As the game goes along, we want to keep that going to where we, may be able to bust one here pretty quick.
Harris now to the sidelines, and in the backfield now is Trip Rogers. Just a sophomore. He'll be back there with Asen Hansen. Saw him a little bit at the end of the game against Luther when it was, already said and done. They got some backups in there, and Rogers shined a little bit.
Yep, hard hitter, man. He runs hard, runs really hard.
He will not get the handoff, and Hansen tried to keep it that time and was dropped at the line.
Yeah, we didn't do a very good job of sealing up that backside. Looked like someone came from the backside B or C gap. We got to do a better job of hooking up with them and staying on it because we had a play.
That was Titus Bell and Braden Holt in on the staff. 2 guys, 6'5" and 6'4", respectively.
That's big. You don't see that a whole lot, especially at linebacker. That's big.
Empty backfield here for Hansen out of the shotgun. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Ellison, the big tight end in the slot. Looks that way. Hansen instead now will step up, and he is going to be drove down. Picked up a couple. There's a flag in the backfield. It's going to be a hold on Jones. Interesting to see here if they'll take the penalty. Looks like they will, so Jones will have another shot.
I mean, I guess in this situation, they don't think we're going to kick a field goal regardless, so might as well back us up, with the wind going against us like that. So that's all right. We'll take it. We're so explosive on offense, it won't take much for us to get this back.
It's 3rd and 17 from the 32. 6.5 minutes left in the second quarter. Hansen, 3 receivers to the left, 1 way out wide to the right. Takes the snap, looking left, fires, has Ellison, it's out of reach, some contact there, no flag, throw maybe out of reach anyway for Ellison. Got to bring up 4th and 17, likely a punt.
Yeah.
Offense still out there though, and now it looks like, Hansen's still out there.
Yeah,
the way the defense has been playing.
Well, and here's the way you got to think about it. If you kick in the end zone, you're only gaining about 12 yards here. And so if you go for it, and let's say you get it to the 21, 22, you're really not losing much. So might as well go for it here, see what happens.
Out of the shotgun, Hansen takes the snap and drops back. Now steps up, rolls out to the left. Has pressure from Bell, and he will be sacked by Titus Bell. Been talking about him all day. The 6'4" sophomore makes his presence known.
Yeah, man, at that point, if you're feeling the pressure right there, let's get rid of the ball. Regardless, if they intercept it down there, great. It's just like a little punt for you. But try to give your guys a chance. That way you aren't getting smoked, and you're not losing any yardage.
And so this will be the best starting field position Keifer has had all day. The Trojans here at their home field will start from the 39-yard line. It's 6:03 left in the second quarter. Jones up 19-0, and you like seeing those 19 points through the first quarter and a half. But really, the defense has shined so far for Jones. See if they can do it again and hold up. Worley takes the snap, hands off to Breland. He squeaks up the middle, and he just finds holes. He's got that small frame. He can squeeze through there and gain a 3 or 4 that time.
Yeah, Trey Sturdivant did a good job getting penetration right there, and had a little a little friendly push in the back by offensive player, but that's all right. We'll stop him right here.
2nd and 6 from the 43 now. And it'll be a design run. That's Bell who has it, breaks 1 tackle, pushing forward again, and he's across the 45, right at the 46-yard line. So he gains an impressive 3 yards.
Yeah, Bell met Luke DeBusk, and I think Luke may have won that one.
Bell was initially contacted for what would have been a loss, but at that big size, he was able to muscle that one off and pick up a few. Make it 3rd and short for the Trojans, 3rd and 3 from their own 46-yard line here. 5 minutes left in the second quarter. Worley takes this one, fakes the handoff, goes outside. He's dropped for a loss.
That's what we want. Anytime, in my honest opinion, anytime that 45 is out of the game for Keifer, not running the ball, I think that's a good thing, especially on short yardage. We'll take that every day of the week. 3rd and 3, and he's coming off the field. I'm smiling if I'm Coach Steverson, because that's a big kid. That's tough to bring down, and if Worley wants to keep it around the edge, we'll happily take that.
Longhorns defense continues to just perform this season so far. Forces another punt. This one booted away. Hardiman will let that one roll, and it's another Keifer roll to the 10, and they'll call it down right about the 10-9-yard line. So it'll be a long drive for Jones here if they want to add to the scoreboard.
Yeah, we got a little lucky. That ball dying right there, right on the half foot line. That's we got lucky. It got out about the 9, so we'll take that. But there's that wind.
Yeah, and it's been picking up. It's up and down a little bit. I mean, it's pretty steady at a breeze, but we'll get some big gusts up and down, and that's what we're at right now. So it'll be 1st and 10, and now it looks like they've spotted it at the 5. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the Jones 5, backed up here. I think this is, so far this season, through their first game and a half, this is going to be the farthest they'd have to go. So it's the big guy, Coda Harris, in the backfield with Asen Hansen, the power runner. Got some wheels for a kid that size as well.
Yep. Watch a blitz here. This would be a great spot for Keifer to try to bring some pressure.
Harris takes it up the middle. He's got room. He's jumping over defenders, and he is all the way up for a 1st down. That was blocked well. He got a few yards before even his first contact, but first contact's hardly going to bring down a guy like Coda Harris anyway.
Yeah, that was a great run. He had about 2 kids hanging off of him, able to get 10 yards. That was awesome. That was good.
So right there, you think you're backed up, you're a little worried, you're on your 5. Hey, 1 run, you're at your 17. Thank you, offensive line and Coda Harris. And again, got to point, I know you're an offensive line guy, got to point him out on that. They opened a big hole, and then he did the rest.
No doubt. Well, it makes a guy like Coach Durrell's job way easier on calling plays when that happens.
We're going to bot snap. Hansen and Harris have to dive on it. The snap was low between the legs of Hansen. They get it back, but now they're back behind the sticks at about the 10-yard line.
Yeah, kind of in an interesting spot right now. About 3.5 minutes left. Now you're backed up, 2nd and 15, 2nd to 20. You throw the ball here and incomplete. Then it's 3rd down with, time stopping, and then you may have to punt to them with quite a bit of time left. So, you kind of have to play the clock here. Be smart about the clock.
3 minutes about left here in the second quarter. Hansen takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Harris, looking to go deep. There's this one out. Has Hunter Purvis down the sideline. He's got it to 50, 40, 30. He's being chased down.
Run.
And
he's got it.
Touchdown.
What a catch. What a throw. Man, outstanding job. There's a young guy, Hunter Purvis, sophomore. That's great job right there. Attaboy, Hunter.
Had a touchdown last week and another one here. That one all the way from the 17. Great throw from Hansen, and he was able to outrun. Credit to Jack Stemmons of Keifer. He nearly ran him down, got a hand on the ankle of Purvis, but he was able to muscle away and dive into the end zone for the Longhorn touchdown. Colson Lindsay on for the extra point.
So throw everything I said about the clock away about a minute ago. They did a great job of pitch and catch and getting a score right there. Outstanding job. Got the PAT as well. Awesome.
Jones has a kicker on their hands. A nice PAT from Lindsay. 26-0 Jones. Momentum continues to build. We'll be back on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Bank First is uniquely Oklahoman, deeply rooted in over 50 communities statewide. From those roots, our investment in education springs forth, helping to raise the Oklahoma leaders of tomorrow while providing financial strength to the business leaders of today. That's the kind of loyalty that helps entire communities thrive. Bank First, loyal to Oklahoma, loyal to you.
What a drive from Jones. Started at their own 5-yard line, picked up some, then we were penalized a little bit. Had a bot snapped, and then a 90-yard touchdown to Hunter Purvis to cap it off. Short kick into the wind here, fielded by Breland. Showing off the juke moves, and now he will be drove down. It looks like Jose Taylor in there on the stop. A nice run that time. But again, Hunter Purvis, number 3, he is only a sophomore. Connected with Hansen and then ran the rest of the way. I mean, he caught that ball across the 50 and then just had another 50-yard sprint and beat out the DB trying to chase him down. 90-yard touchdown. That scoring recap brought to you by Jones Nutrition.
I know Coach Fielder's happy because that's going to be a kid that's going to run a short yardage, probably a 100-meter run, 200-meter, and showed off some wheels right there.
Showed off speed and some strength, breaking a tackle right there at the end. Worley hands off to Breland, and he is wrapped up in the backfield. Trace Sturdivant right there.
Very nice. You know, ran a little buck sweep or pin and pull into the boundary, and we set the edge right there, forced the running back to get up underneath, and Trace was able to fight off a block and make a play on it. That was a good play.
Once again, that scoring recap moments ago was brought to you by Jones Nutrition, bringing you the best smoothies and energizing drinks in town. Proud supporters of Jones Athletics. 9244 Hiawassee Suite 400. Check them out on social media and stop in and say hi. 26-0 Jones. 2:10 left here in the first half. 2nd and 12, and we're going to have a pre-snap whistles here. And we'll see if this is a false start. No, it's going to be encroachment. Offsides on Jones. So it'll be 2nd and 7 now, more manageable for the Trojans.
Yeah, looking at that, gave you what we call a quads look. So 4 receivers to the Jones sideline, trying to see if you'll line up correctly to it. If you do, you can typically play the pass pretty well. If you don't, that's where they get their big plays from.
Worley, the quarterback, takes the snap and will hand this one off. And that's going to be a run up around the 6. There is a penalty on the play, as you mentioned. That was KJ Bowers on the run.
Looked like their up back moved about a step early.
And it was a false start and illegal formation, so then they're back him up. So Jones gave him the 5 yards. So they give it back, and now we're back to where we were originally on 2nd down at 2nd and 12.
Yep. We'll take it. Took off about 15 seconds. We'll take it.
Down to 1:53 left here in the first half. Jones on the road. Their defense has showed out, and the offense has done their part, obviously. It's 26-0. Asen Hansen, right now, he's in the poll for OSN Player of the Week. Go to oksportsnet.com and vote for him for his performance from last week, but he's having another great one this week. And Breland is wrapped up in the backfield. Another big tackle for loss. Caleb Chappell right in there. Guy is so explosive. So now make it 3rd and 18 after the 6-yard loss. Caleb Chappell Chapel, from that nose tackle position. I mean, he just immediately, you snap the ball, he's there.
Yep. Now you've got 4 guys that are pretty explosive up front. You got A.J. Rideau. You've got Maud Kirby. You've got Cruz Cranford, who we don't talk enough about. Extremely powerful, quick off the ball. And then Caleb Chapel. You got really 4 quick guys that are going to put some pressure on them in this passing game. Looks like they'll call timeout. Looks like they were a little confused. Nope, delay game.
Didn't get the timeout off. They had Poffa going in motion too late. Couldn't get the snap off, so that backs them up some more. It's 3rd and 23.
You know, if they were going against the wind, you almost want to call timeout and try to see if the wind would be in your favor, but kind of a tough spot here with wind at their back.
49.2 seconds left here in the first half. Worley fakes the handoff, flips it out to Schoaf. Around the edge, breaks one tackle, looking for the sideline. He's there, up and near the first down. Looks like he'll be just short. Flying in to stop him was Drew Thomas.
Yeah, we had it sniffed out. We just didn't stay squared, didn't use our feet to make the tackle. We kind of lunged at him in a couple spots, but able to get him down, not give him the first down, and still 4th and 12. You know, with one timeout left, you know, kind of use it. Jawill, you know, may be able to pop something here. We'll see.
That's just how backed up they were. That was a really nice run, but still 4th and 12 after it. I thought that was the first down marker. It was actually the original line of scrimmage marker. That's how far backed up they were. Yeah, stopped to punt away again here. Hardiman back to receive. He's going to let this one roll. Now he'll pick it up at the 10. Try to show off the moves around a defender and then steps out of bounds right around the 17-yard line.
Yeah, good punt. You know, what we call a rugby punt, kind of take off, run into one side or the other. And, you know, you do that to try to get a good bounce like what they had right there. And hopefully, in their mind, that the punt returner won't go get it. They want to try to roll and bounce and get all the way down. But Carlos did a good job picking it up and getting about 5 yards back from it.
Well, here's the bad news. There's only 32 seconds left, and they're at the 15-yard line. Here's the good news. They just went 90 yards in one play on the last drive.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they're going to try to run a play here. Kind of risky, especially with them having 3 timeouts. I expect them to take a knee. Yep.
And Hanson will take a knee, a 26-0 lead here in the first half. And doesn't look like Keifer's going to call their timeouts, and that should take us to halftime. What a first half it has been. Highly anticipated matchup. That's been all Jones so far. 26-0 after one half. Coach, what are your thoughts on the first half of play?
You know, pregame, you always think about, all right, scenarios that's going to happen throughout the game and how they're going to play out. That first half went about as well as you could, you know, hope for as a Jones coach. Being able to get a shutout that first half. Keifer does a lot of things offensively that makes it tough. Trying to line up correctly, trying to keep your eyes, you know, disciplined. And then offensively, just taking what they give us. You know, if they want to play up tight, you know, take away our quick stuff, we're going to try to beat you deep. And, you know, you saw that with 3 really long touchdown passes. You know, if they're going to give us a light box, you're going to try to run it. And so I think our offensive coaches have done a really good job of taking what they give us. Our defensive coaches have done a really good job of teaching eye discipline and playing the way it's supposed to be played on defense and special teams, not giving up anything easy. So I think as a first half, that's about as clean as you can get. I know the coaches are really proud of those boys and, you know, ready to fix a few things that we saw in the first half.
It's been all Longhorns in the first half. They lead 26-0 after the first half. Come back for the second half. Stay tuned on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success.
Sidelined by surgery, illness, injury? Valor Physical Therapy can help. At Valor PT, our skilled therapists create a rehabilitation program individualized for you, with education and encouragement each step of the way. Whether it's sports or the activities of life, let Valor get you back in the game. Start now at 405-265-6449. No referral needed. Mention Oklahoma Sports Network and get a free t-shirt at your first appointment.
Bank First is uniquely Oklahoman, deeply rooted in over 50 communities statewide. From those roots, our investment in education springs forth, helping to raise the Oklahoma leaders of tomorrow while providing financial strength to the business leaders of today. That's the kind of loyalty that helps entire communities thrive. Bank First, loyal to Oklahoma, loyal to you.
Welcome back on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Just about to start the third quarter here. And the third quarter is brought to you by Dave's Driving School. They work on the skills needed to pass the state driving test, focus on driver's attitudes, defensive driving, drinking and driving, road rage, and cell phone use while driving. We provide the basics of safe driving at 2025 South Air Depot in Midwest City or by phone at 405-229-2302. That's Dave's Driving School, the sponsor of the third quarter. As we're about to start the third quarter, the second half, it's been all Jones in the first half. Keifer came out of the locker room. They were very pumped up coming out of the locker room. They seemed to be in good spirits. They're going to try to make a comeback. Coach Grant Haynes with me. I'm Zach Reynolds. Coach, what does Jones need to do just to make sure that they can hold on to this big lead in the second half?
Well, when you watch Keifer offensively, they're very much a run-oriented team. And, looking at the first half, I think they had under 70 yards of total offense, and they didn't even attempt a pass. So I think we're going to get them out of their comfort zone, and they've got to try to make up some points here pretty quick. And throwing the ball is not comfortable for them. And so I think we're going to put them in a pretty big bind here starting up. I am intrigued to see how Jones offensively comes out. In the first half we were able to hit him with some pretty good passes, but we'll see what happens in the run game here.
Colson Lindsay will kick off as Keifer gets the ball to start the second half. It's going to be out of bounds. Looks like he was able to hold up. That was Lucas Boyle set to return it, and it looked like he was almost going to touch it. Looks like he was able to hold up and let it go out of bounds for the penalty.
Yeah, smart play by him. It's one of those things where now you get the ball in the 35, it makes a pretty big difference.
So Keifer will start their first second half drive, as Coach Haynes mentioned, from the 35-yard line. Pretty decent field position, and they've got a lot to chip away at. The Jones defense has been beyond stifling so far this season. They only gave up 6 points and against Luther last week, and that was on their first drive. So since the first drive, defensive drive for Jones this season, after that, they've not allowed any points.
Yep. Don't be surprised if they try some little trickery here to try to get, some momentum coming back.
Worley hands off to Breland. He breaks one tackle, and here comes a herd of Longhorns. He's still pushing. The offensive line now pushing him. No whistle yet. Now there it is. Started by Breland, spinning and then breaking a tackle, and he got pushed by his offensive line for a decent gain. It looks like they're going to call it foul. They didn't blow the whistles immediately. I didn't know if they were going to give him that push yardage or not. They didn't, so it's 2nd and 8. Still, he was able to break that tackle. It would have been a loss and gain a couple. Worley hands this one off. He's got room, and that was going to be brought up a couple yards short of the first down, but that was K.J. Bowers. He's only 5'7", but he's 220 pounds. He's got more weight on him than Breland. A little bit of a change of pace back. We've seen him a couple times now.
Yeah, there's some of that wing T offense that we see. Got a quick dive out of the running back, reading the defensive end. If he closes, quarterback pull it, get outside, to the pitch man. But good job by the offensive line right there, pushing back Jones.
3rd and 2. Worley turns and hands to Breland. Up the middle, he breaks the tackle. He's across for the first down, up near the 49.
Yeah, this is not how you want to start second half. Up front, we've got to do a much better job of stopping them from running on us. If we allow them to get comfortable, start running, get some momentum on us, puts us a little bit behind the 8 ball. Make them uncomfortable. Make them try to throw the ball. Don't let them run at will.
Just ended the third quarter, brought to you by Dave's Driving School. 10:30 left in the third quarter. Keifer on the drive. Worley fakes the handoff, now rolls out to the right side. Has pressure, lets this one go out of bounds, just throws it away.
Yep, that's it right there. That's how you make them uncomfortable. As you see, quarterback, he's upset. He feels like he got tackled late. But when you roll out like that and you throw the ball late, you're bound to get hit. Mason Templeton did a great job of hitting them right there. That's what we want. Make them uncomfortable. Don't give them the easy runs.
If you get outside that tackle box, you just can't complain.
No, can't. You're at the mercy of the defense at that point.
So nice pressure that time from Templeton. Had a big offensive week last week and defense, and he's shown up on defense a couple times here today as well. 2nd and 10 now from the 49 for the Trojans. Empty backfield. Worley takes it, fakes the pass. Now he'll go on the quarterback keeper up the middle and gains nice yardage that time. He'll be about 3 yards shy of the first down.
Yeah, they're getting double team on our inside guys and moving them back about 6-7 yards. You know, that's a recipe for disaster defensively. Now they got 3rd and short. Now we got to buckle down and try to get after them here.
Last time on 3rd and 2, they handed off to Breland, and he punched it up the gut for a first down. This time an empty backfield. Trying to get a motion man. That's Stemmons set. Now another one comes across. That'll be Holt. Still empty in the backfield, just the quarterback. Worley has to roll out right away from pressure. Now he'll go for the first down, and he gets it and then steps out of bounds. There is a flag on the play.
Yeah, I think they're going to get a holding call on the right tackle over there. Cruz is trying to get off, keep contained, and got his shoulder pads pulled and, you know, couldn't make a play on it. So we'll take that for sure. Make them uncomfortable, make them throw it.
This one's coming back, so thought he had a first down run. Instead, it'll be 3rd and 12 after the costly hold call against the Trojans. So we'll see what they draw up here on a 3rd and 12. Not much passing offense out of the Trojans. I'm not sure they completed a pass today. I know they've tried to set up a couple of screens, ended up incomplete. So it'll be 3rd and 12 from the 47. See what they draw up here.
You know, overloading the left side here. Something I'd be careful of is possible wheel route. You see the running back scooting out a little bit more.
Worley takes the snap and now rolls out left. He's pressured by Templeton, and he will be sacked. Mason Templeton right there in his face, not fooled by the rollout.
I mean, that's great, you know. Like I said, make them uncomfortable, make them try to throw it. You know, watching them trying to throw the ball, they're not sitting in the pocket trying to throw it. They're rolling out. Whenever you roll out, there's a pressure player, someone that's going to force you to throw it, and that person is Mason Templeton. And that's a scary man to come after you. Dude is explosive. He hits hard.
We saw his speed on the offensive side last week on a long touchdown catch, but he uses it on defense as well. Good job by Stout to get that punt off. There was pressure there, and a decent punt considering it's into the wind. And it'll be touchdown right at the 35-yard line. So the Longhorns come out for their first offensive drive of the second half. And again, I'll recap, you know, that first half. Their first drive, it got stalled. You know, it had a couple of good runs, but then on 3rd and short, couldn't connect on a pass. They punted it away. Since then, it's been all golden. I mean, everything, including a 90-yard touchdown pass from Hansen to Purvis. I mean, they've just been on a roll since then.
Yep.
See what they do to start off the second half here. 8:47 left in the third. Hansen and Harris in the backfield. 3 receivers to the right. Now one goes in motion. That's Creighton Jones across the formation. Hansen hands off to Harris. Up the gut. Plows over a couple of Trojans up to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, had a it was a good run, got 5 yards. I still think he could follow his pull. His puller went outside. If he follows his puller out there, he may be able to get 10, 15, 20 yards. You know, that's where we got to see our vision and follow our pulls.
Two different style running backs, really. You got Harris, who likes to punch it up the gut with that size, and you have Clark, who likes to go outside a lot, even on designed inside runs. He can hop it out with that speed, just, you know, a different change of pace. Harris still in there behind Hansen. Now at his left hip. For a 2nd and 7. Hands off to Harris, trying to follow his blockers. Gets off a couple and now up near the first down.
That's it right there. You know, ran counter right, ran it towards the home sideline, and he kept it outside and able to get 8, 9 yards run right there. That was nice.
I love to see that patience. At one point, it was all gobbled up in the middle. He put his hand on the back of Jack Mendoza, waited for the hole to open, and then exploded through it. Showed off some of that speed that you wouldn't expect from a guy his size. So 1st and 10 for the Longhorns. Hansen will motion across Creighton Jones again. Hands off to Harris again, going to the left side. And he's going to be brought down either for a gain of 1 or no gain at all. But he had a jersey on him, or a guy grabbing his jersey in the backfield, and he just carried him back to the line of scrimmage. I mean,
Yeah, we gave up, a little bit of penetration in there. Couldn't tell if it was a defensive end that shot underneath or if it was a linebacker that blitzed. But he got underneath that block, able to get us in the backfield.
It's been all runs so far here on this drive. 2nd and 9 now for the Longhorns. Harris out in motion, so it's an empty backfield. Hansen looks that way, fires, sets up the screen to Jones, around with the blocks, and he's drugged down. He'll be near the first down.
Number 17, Clayton Jones.
We ran a similar play to that earlier back in the first half where you get Coda Harris with momentum going out there to be a blocker. If I'm a DB, I don't want no part of that.
Well, and Coda's doing a very nice job. He's letting his feet get underneath him. He's not lunging at cornerback. He's not sticking his head down trying to get a kill shot. He's setting up his feet. He's getting in front of the guy, getting hands on, hands inside, and blocking him. That's big time for him.
Be 3rd and 2 from the Trojan 46-yard line. Harris behind Hansen. Hansen out of the shotgun, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, will take it himself to the left side, dives forward, and we'll see where they mark it. I believe he's got the first down. No, one referee is signaling that he's short. It's going to be right there, fourth and inches, really. Less than a full yard, I'd say, from the first down. The offense is still out there. Shotgun formation, Harris on the left hip of Hansen, and a whistle blows. Officials called the timeout on that one. And looks like Harwell has to come off the field. And heading back out there is number 70, Walker Wyatt. So they make a switch there for, it was initiated by the officials. 4th and 1. Had a hard count, and a guy jumped across the line. They didn't snap the ball off, though. Now Hansen looks to the sidelines for the play call. 6 minutes left during the third quarter. 5 on the play clock. Harris motions up to the left of Hansen. Hansen takes it, keeps it himself, pushes up, met right there at the line. I think he's going to be short. Keifer with a turnover on downs. So the first time that Jones has been stopped on a drive since their first drive of the game.
Yeah, that drive, something that is kind of interesting to watch is we had 3 different players playing left guard. Started out with Omar Ruiz, then came Jesse Harwell, and then at the very end, Wyatt Walker. Kind of intrigued to see what happened there. Hopefully we can get it sorted out and get someone in there.
Still 26-0. Jones with the lead, 5:49 left in the third quarter. Here's a handoff to Breland. He's up the middle, across the 50, still going up to about the 47-yard line. Looks like they'll mark him at the 48. Good first down run that time. He was a key player to watch for us coming into this one on Keifer's side, especially with the quarterback really taking a hit early on and was limping early in the first half. He's not run it as much as we would have expected, so Breland has become a bigger part of the offense.
Yep.
Breland set behind Cash Worley here out of the shotgun. Worley takes it, turns and hands off. Breland up the middle is pushed back. Short gain that time.
Yeah, that's a good job playing against pin and pull right there. We set the edge. Don't let them get outside. That play is designed for them to get outside with pullers. But when you set the edge, you have your defensive end rushing up. It forces him to go back inside to where all your other defenders are. So nice job of stopping pin and pull on that play.
Sturdivant from his linebacker position in there on the stop. He's a versatile guy. He lines up on the edge a lot. That looks to be where he's here. On this play, he was in the traditional linebacker spot on the previous play. Worley takes the snap, keeps it, and he is sacked to the backfield. Wiley in there on the stop, was not fooled by the fake handoff. Big time TFL.
Yeah, I think Keifer's kind of showing their hand here. They are not comfortable with sitting back and just throwing it every time they're trying to roll out, trying to boot out of it. And when you do that, like you said, you put your quarterback at risk. But as a defensive coordinator, you just tell your defensive end, if your offensive lineman's going away from you, rush upfield. Watch for a boot back towards you. And so that's what's happening. Dorian Wiley did a great job of rushing upfield. Quarterback ran right into him. able to make a play. Big TFL, big sack.
So Keifer's defense got a big momentum stop, but their offense couldn't do anything with it. Stop, boots this one away. Hardiman comes in. He'll let that one bounce, and it'll stop dead right there around the 33-yard line, and Jones will take back over. We're here in the third quarter, brought to you by Dave's Driving School. They work on the skills needed to pass the state driving test, focusing on drivers' attitudes, defensive driving, drinking and driving, road rage, and cell phone use while driving. They provide the basics of safe driving at 2025 South Air Depot in Midwest City. Call them by phone at 405-229-2302. Make sure you download our apps to stay tuned with all Jones and just Oklahoma football action in general. You can search for the Oklahoma Sports Network on Apple and Android. Hansen takes the snap, looks and fires out to Riley Ellison, and he'll be dropped down immediately. The ball came out, but he was down by contact before then, but that one was sniffed out greatly by the Trojan defense.
Yeah, not a very good block out there. That play is designed to hit in the flats. Your receivers got to go out there and block, and then you got one-on-one with the safety, and we didn't block corner very well. So he's able to come up, make the play, and, now you're setting that 2nd and 15 when it's supposed to be, 2nd and 6 for you.
So 2nd and 14 from the 29. Hansen takes the snap, drops back, now rolls out to the left, fires and can't hook up with Creighton Jones there trying to throw on the run. It was a little off right for Jones. So now they're backed up. It'll be 3rd and 14. Offense stalling for a little bit the first time in this game.
Yeah, this is what you kind of worry about coming out of halftime. When, you go in, you've had a great first half. You try to keep your players motivated to go out here and keep executing, because this is what can happen sometimes. You get a little stagnant. Sometimes the flow isn't right.
See what Jones draws up on the 3rd and 14. Rogers in motion. Hansen looks left now, looked right now, spins back left. Sets up a screen. Hardiman, or make that Creighton Jones, breaks away from everybody down the sideline across the 40 and drove out across the 35.
That's what you want right there. That, play like that can kind of help get you out of a funk. Now offensively, let's try to get another play going. Doesn't have to be a home run ball. All it has to be, 4 or 5 yards. Get the run game going. Get a short pass going. You start getting a play like that, that's going to help set up the rest of the drive.
From 3rd and 29 from 3rd and 14 from their own 29-yard line, it's now 1st and 10 from the Trojan 30.
Yep, big change of events. That was a great play by Creighton. Offensive line got out, did a nice job.
There's Creighton Jones motioning across the formation. Hansen hands off to Harris, and he barrels up the middle for looks like about a 5-yard gain right there around the 25. It's Titus Bell in there on the stop, the big 6'4" sophomore we've been talking about all day. They've got some big guys on the defensive side, but Jones has been able to run the ball effectively today. 2:20 left here in the third quarter. 26-0 lead for Jones. Asen Hansen takes the snap, hands off to Harris. He'll look for the outside, has a hole, he plows through it, ahead for the first down.
There you go. Pulled Jack Mendoza and Riley. Right side of the offensive line did a good job of blocking down. And then you let Jack and Riley come around the edge, and they picked up their blocks. And there you go. That's 8-9 yard run right there. That's what you want.
Ellison, Mendoza, and Harris all rolling to that right side. That is a lot of size coming at you.
It is.
Harris still out there behind Hansen as the running back. 3 receivers out left. Nobody out right. Ellison's there as the tight end. Hansen hands off to Harris up the middle, pulling defenders all the way up to the 5-yard line. It took 3 or 4 of them to bring him down.
Something that Harris is doing that, he wasn't doing a little bit earlier is he's following his pulls. He's hitting it up inside. He's not, closing his eyes and trying to just pick a gap. He's following his pullers. That opened up beautifully, and he was able to get, there we go again, 9 yards of carry. That's what we want.
2nd and 2 from the 6-yard line here. Whole playbook open for Jones. Asen Hansen has run for a touchdown. He's also thrown a couple. 3 of them, actually. Creighton Jones across the formation. Hansen looks out right, has Jones, and he will hop into the end zone for a touchdown. There's a flag
right there
on the play. I think this one might have been illegal formation. I saw that flag fly as soon as the ball was snapped, and usually that signals illegal formation, and that's what it was. So the touchdown void, and it'll back him up a little bit.
Yeah, I know Coach Terrell's probably not real happy about that. Anytime you can get a touchdown and then we have to get called back, that makes it tough. That makes his job tougher, makes everyone's job tougher.
So it'll be 2nd and 7 now from the 11. Hansen, the quarterback, Harris, the running back. 3 wide receivers out to the left side with Creighton Jones in the slot. Interesting formation. The wide receivers really separated. Harris will take the handoff, spinning in the middle there, pushing forward all the way back up near the 6 or 7 yard line.
Yeah, Keifer did, a pretty good job flowing to the ball. Ran, similar play that we've ran the last, 4 or 5 plays. Little counter look. Keifer did a really nice job of flowing 45. Titus, he came downhill extremely hard. Jones is in a spot right here, 7 yards out. Like you said earlier, the playbook is open. You got any pass play you want, you got any run play you got. You're kind of in a good spot here.
Hansen takes the snap, hands off to Harris, barrels up the middle, pushing across. He's near the line to gain. They're trying to push him in. He'll be short. He definitely got the first down, I think, but short of the end zone.
So if you're watching at home, they've ran the same play 3 times in a row, and it's worked for 5+ yards every single time. So Jones coaches have found something that they really like, whether it's one of their kids walked up on the line of scrimmage or matchup. They've found something they really like.
Looks like they'll take that one to the end of the quarter, so no scoring in the third quarter from either side. Jones, though, knocking on the door at the 3-yard line. Put your 4s up. We'll have their drive from the 3 on the other side when we come back for the fourth quarter on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Bank First is uniquely Oklahoman, deeply rooted in over 50 communities statewide. From those roots, our investment in education springs forth, helping to raise the Oklahoma leaders of tomorrow while providing financial strength to the business leaders of today. That's the kind of loyalty that helps entire communities thrive. Bank First, loyal to Oklahoma, loyal to you.
Zach Reynolds, Coach Grant Haynes back here with you on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Fourth quarter action here upon us. Week 1, second game of the year for Jones. And they are leading this one 26-0 at Keifer against the Keifer Trojans. And they are knocking on the door of the end zone in another score here. It'll be 1st and goal from the 3.
Yeah, in a good spot. First down from the 2-yard line, 3-yard line. Being able to run the ball at will like this helps set this up.
It's been Coda Harris's drive so far after a Creighton Jones screen. It sprung it from 3rd and 14 to 1st and 10 across into enemy territory. Hansen hands off to Harris, trying to muscle through, and he is going to be short again. So Keifer's defense holding up strong at the end zone here, at the goal line. Got back to the line of scrimmage, they say, so it'll be 2nd and goal from the 3.
5th time in a row they ran the same play. Worked the first 4 times. That right there, they got a little too much penetration on that front side. Was able to kind of stop Coda there in his tracks. But, hey, that play's been really good for him tonight.
Bunched up formation here. Hansen hands off to Harris again. Takes it to the outside. He's in for the touchdown. Coda Harris usually just powers through that time. Juked outside a little bit. Found the hole and scored.
Yep. Did a good job, crashing everything down on that play side. Creighton Jones getting a block out there. Now you got Coda Harris, 230 pounds versus a 170-pound safety. Trying to get 2 yards with that, we'll take it every time.
I think that's really good football IQ there to know that We've done this 5 times. Up the gut, up the gut, up the gut. Everybody's going to crash in there. He's patient, jumps it outside, and nobody's there except, like you mentioned, a guy much, much smaller than him. Lindsey boots the extra point, and he has been perfect today. Another extra point for him. It is 33-0. It's all Jones here at Keifer. 11-17 left here in the fourth quarter. We'll be back on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
A long drive capped off by Coda Harris' touchdown drive makes it 33-0. This one was booted away by Lindsey. Breland on the return has space. He's up to the 40. Nice return that time from Bradley Breland. Good starting field position for the Trojans. As I mentioned, Jones went on a long drive that time. They were backed up. It was 3rd and 14 from their own 29 at one point. Drew up a screen for Creighton Jones. He took it all the way to the Keifer 30-yard line for the first down, and then it was all Coda Harris from there, running it up the gut, and then a little bit outside for his touchdown run. That scoring recap brought to you by Jones Nutrition, bringing you the best smoothies and energizing drinks in town. Proud supporters of Jones Athletics, 9244 Hiwassee Suite 400. Check them out on social media and stop in and say hi. Worley and the Trojans offense back to work here. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. He hands off to Breland, trying to go outside and follow Brockers. He's got space across the 50, across the 41 man to beat, and he is brought down by Drew Thomas. But a big-time run there, the biggest play of the day for the Trojans, has them in Jones territory.
Yeah, they had us a little outflanked there. It looked like they just ran a little stretch play. Every one of their offensive linemen took what we call a drop step and just took off running to the right. With them being able to do that, they were able to outrun our defensive line and linebackers and had more hats than we did outside.
11 minutes, 11 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And it's 1st and 10 from the 27. Morley calls Proffel in formation. He rolls out, and he is met again, breaks away from a sack and just airs this one out to throw it away. So once again, they tried a little boot action, and Jones was there with pressure. Couldn't bring him down, but forced to throw away.
Yeah, our speed, getting off the ball is giving them some problems.
There's a flag on the play, and it's going to be holding. So not only do they force an incompletion, they actually draw a hold and push this one back.
I think they're going to call that hold on the guy that was going against Cruz Cranford. Cruz Cranford, like I talked about earlier, really good with his hands, really explosive. Knocked the guy's hands down, and the guy went up and grabbed him and got the penalty. Worked out really well.
He's a guy too. You get here early, you go and you watch the team. They're out there stretching out. He's a leader out there, Cruz Cranford.
Yep, he's he's been playing for a long time.
He's a guy that plays on the edge a lot for the Longhorns. Backed up, 1st and 20 from the 37. Worley hands this one off to stop. Usually the kicker. He's got the edge across the 30, across the 20 at the first down marker, and he'll step out of bounds. Haven't seen him involved on offense much yet, but that time he found the edge and picked up a first down.
Yeah, so, outside we're setting an edge, but we're not really fitting the alley very well. We don't have very much good inside pursuit, not fitting the alley. So the running back, he's just cutting up underneath that block and, able to go 15 yards.
Most effective drive of the day so far for the Keifer Trojans has them in the red zone at the Jones 15 for a 1st and 10. 10:56 left in the fourth quarter. Worley, the snap's over his head. This one's still rolling all the way back across the 35. Worley able to dive on it, but that is going to put them way behind the sticks.
Been that kind of night for Keifer. It really has.
Going to back them all the way up to, looks like, the 37.
You know, now this puts them way behind the sticks, and this gets them out of their comfort zone again. Now you got to, you know, try to air it out deep maybe, or try to get a little run. You know, the thing is, with our defense, you may hit it once or twice, but it's very, very hard to hit it more than once or twice on us.
Not going to see this very often. It's 2nd and 32. Run up the middle, and it's Bowers, and he is hit right there. He got back near the line of scrimmage and then was drove down. I believe Chappell was in on there. I'm sure Luke DeBusk as well. All the way up into the red zone. I think it was the first time they were in the red zone today, and then the high snap. And then a run there that got them nothing, maybe even lost some yardage. It's now 3rd and 37.
Not a whole lot of plays to get you out of that.
We've had some good end-around runs this drive. Fake the handoff to stop, rolling out right as Worley. It's picked off! It's Mason Templeton. He's trying to take this one back. He's got one man to beat. Worley trying to chase him down. He won't. Turn them horns loose. Pick 6, Mason Templeton. He's going to get a penalty for rolling into the end zone like that.
Yeah, great play. Love Mason to death, but man, we can't be doing a front flip in the end zone like that. But really good play. Worley, I'm telling you, nightmares. He's going to have nightmares tonight about Mason Templeton.
They haven't tried to throw the ball much. That time he rolled out. This time when he rolled out, he wasn't met by an immediate sack, but he threw it right in the arms of Mason Templeton, and then he showed off the wheels.
I may have to meet with Coach Fielder. I don't know if they've completed a pass yet tonight. I mean, they've completed one, and it's been for a pick 6. But other than that, I don't know if they've completed any.
So let me just be clear on this. Do the points do count, right? Even the penalty is assessed after.
Well, so this is where it gets kind of funky. Did he score before he did the act? If he did something before he scored, then they'll take it back as he did not score. So we'll kind of see what happens. I don't know what they're going to call here. If he did the flip, let's say a yard in front of the goal line, then they'll back him up as no touchdown.
Well, they're backing it up here, but they're backing it up way farther than from the spot of the foul.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what.
So they took the points off the scoreboard. They just placed the ball at the 45-yard line. If there was a penalty before the touchdown, it was at the 1. So okay, they moved it back to the 16. I get it.
Yeah, I would have to talk to Coach Witt and see kind of what the explanation is on that. If he did something at the 30-yard line, at the 25-yard line, that made him draw the foul. But to me, it looked like the foul occurred right there at the 1-yard line, or that's interesting. I don't know. I'd have to hear an explanation on that one.
So Jones will start a drive here from the Keifer 45 after the Mason Templeton interception. Hansen takes the snap, hands off to Rogers. No, keeps it himself. Tries to go up the middle, breaks a tackle, spins away from another. Still on his feet. Now he'll be brought down, or not really brought down, just as momentum stopped. But with forward progress, he should gain a few on that. I'll give him a gain of 2, an impressive 2-yard run. It'll make it 2nd and 8 from the 43 with 8:50 left here in the fourth quarter. 33-0 Jones leading this one. Jones looking, they're slowing it down a little bit. They like to play fast, but they got the clock on their side here. Letting the play clock roll under 10.
Yes, very versatile.
Hansen takes the snap, keeps this one again, jukes back left inside, still on his feet, pushing for the first down, and it looks like he's got it. You got a quarterback that can take some hits and stay up like that.
Yeah, you want, being up 33-0 with 8 minutes left, you want your quarterback to be a little bit more cautious than that. You don't want to have him run and then, let's say break a hand or anything like that when the game's already in hand.
Well, as you're mentioning that, Asen Hansen, after picking up that first down, he goes to the sidelines, and now here comes Cash Marinko, who did have a touchdown pass last week as well. He's got some good zip on his ball. He's plenty talented as well.
Extremely talented.
See what he can do in 7 minutes and 40 seconds of play here left in the fourth quarter. Hands this one on to Rogers, breaks this one outside, breaks a tackle, still going up near the first down marker, and he'll be pushed out of bounds.
Good run.
You mentioned earlier that he runs hard. He's hard to bring down. Started off there.
Another young guy we talk about, sophomore. You go in the weight room. He's a freak in the weight room. He works hard. It's hard to find anyone that outworks him in there. And when you go out there on the football field, it shows because he's just 100 miles an hour every time.
So they mark him just short of the first down. It'll be 2nd and 1. No, you're up 33-0 here, but 2nd and 1 is a typical down in yardage where you might go for something because you can just get the run on 3rd down. We'll see if they try to air this one out. Marinko out of the shotgun. We'll just hand this one off to Rogers. Looking for the left now
block.
Up the middle, and he pushes forward. Should be enough for the first down.
That's a highlight block for Riley Ellefson.
He's got plenty of those.
Completely pancaked linebacker coming up to fill the gap, and man, he just knocked him flat on his back. That was a great job.
I don't know if he had any catches last week, but he had plenty of great blocks that you could see on his tape. This week, still doing that. He loves to get down and dirty. But as we saw earlier on in this game, he's got a touchdown pass today, a couple of passes. He's shown his speed as well. That's why he's got, I believe, right now 8 Division II offers. He is super talented.
He can play.
Lined up in the slot here. You can never miss him with those neon shoes and that 6'7" frame. Marinko hands this one off to Rogers to the right side, has plenty of room and bowls over a couple of defenders.
Oh.
But there's going to be a hold and bring it back. 6 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Jones with a 33-0 lead. And it'll be brought back. We'll see where they mark this one.
The only positive about a penalty this late in the game, especially with our offense, is we'll be able to keep that clock rolling. We'll have the ball a little bit longer, keep the clock running, keep this game in hand for us.
The Jones defense has been so great. They've had 2 interceptions today, and they're pitching a shutout right now. But the offense, can't sleep on them either. They put up a ton of points. 33-0's the lead. Marinko hands off to Rogers, going to the right side. Now cuts it up, and he will push across to about the 25-yard line.
Man, I think it looks like he's averaging about 8 yards a carry right now. He's really had some nice runs. Offensive line's done a nice job blocking for him. And credit to the receivers out there. You still got a lot of your starting receiving core out there blocking for him. And to be a great receiver, yes, you must be able to catch the ball, but you have to block first. If you don't block, you're not going to play in our offense. And our receivers out there have done a very nice job tonight blocking for each other.
You want to go play college ball and you want to get involved early? That's one way to do it. Show you can block.
No doubt.
So it's 2nd and 13 from the 25 here after a nice run after the holding penalty. Marinko takes the snap, hands off to Rogers, cuts it up to the left and up the middle, breaks one tackle and then is brought down. He's another one of those guys. It's if you play Madden, they got the X factors where you can, always shed off the first tackle. That's what Rogers is looking like right now.
Yeah. One thing he's done a really nice job of, and, that comes with maturity, is when he does bounce it outside, he doesn't take it all the way to the sideline and, try to outrun people. He keeps it tight and gets vertical, and that's what you want out of a running back that, is successful. You want them to get upfield.
Rogers again up the gut this time, trying for the first down on 3rd and 3. Looks like they're going to mark him about a yard or 2 short. 4 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Be interested to see what happens here. We'll call it 4th and 1 here. See if they go for it. Rogers that was his shortest run of the day, and he still was able to get a couple of yards. He's not been dropped for a loss yet since going out there. I thought they might try a field goal. Colson Lindsay seems to have plenty of leg for it, but they're going to stick the offense out there still. 4th and 1, hand off to Rogers up to the right side. He should have plenty for the first down.
There you go.
And there's a penalty, though, as there was a late block. I mean, a Jones player drove a defender from the Trojans all the way to the pylon and finished the block. And it looks like that Trojan defender is taking a second to get up. So there's going to be a penalty on that. That'll back things up. We're going to step away here for a second. We'll be back shortly on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Bank First is uniquely Oklahoman, deeply rooted in over 50 communities statewide. From those roots, our investment in education springs forth, helping to raise the Oklahoma leaders of tomorrow while providing financial strength to the business leaders of today. That's the kind of loyalty that helps entire communities thrive. Bank First, loyal to Oklahoma, loyal to you.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Zach Reynolds and Coach Grant Haynes with you on the Oklahoma Sports Network. After the officials got together and talked about it, they decided that the penalty was after the play, so result of the first down stays, but then they back it up 15 yards. So it is a first down, but instead of being a first down in the red zone, it's a first down and 10 from the 23-yard line. Handoff here to Rogers, and he will be dropped that time. Maybe got back to the line. He was able to get past an initial defender who would have dropped him for a loss, but he didn't get much on that.
Yeah, this has gotten to be really sloppy for us on offense here this last drive. Moving the ball down the field, penalties have hurt us. We've brought back a pick six because of a penalty. We've had probably about 3 holdings, late hit. We really got to clean this up if we want to be a little bit more complete right now.
There's another penalty there on a hold, so it's 1st and 20 from the 33. Marinko, the quarterback out there. Eason Hansen's day likely is over with a 33-0 lead. Want to keep him safe, and he's on the poll this week for his performance last week for the OSN Player of the Week, and he could end up there again. He had another great performance today. He's watching from the sidelines. Marinko, the quarterback now. Rogers doing the running. He's been really good on this drive. He takes another handoff here up to the right side. And that one's going to be maybe a gain of 1 or 2. So it looks like Keifer kind of selling it out on the run now, but the clock continues to roll. That's really the whole point.
Yeah, that's a big thing now. Just, get in, get out, healthy. Don't want any injuries happening here, but still want your kids playing hard. Typically when you don't play hard out there, that's when you get injured, so got to keep playing.
2.5 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. And the Jones Longhorns up 33-0. Defense spectacular today. 2 picks. And has pitched a shutout thus far. We'll see if Keifer can get their offense back out there for another shot at it. Rogers takes the handoff, and he is dropped immediately by Braden Holt. Holt, another big guy with a big frame, 6'5" senior, wears number 34 for the Trojans. So 3rd and 18 here. We'll see if they just stick with the run and roll the clock. Keifer's not been calling timeouts. That's a 33-0 game. See how aggressive the Longhorns want to get here. Marinko looking for the play call.
Yeah, you can work this down about 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Probably leave about 40 seconds after you snap it on 4th down.
Marinko hands off to Rogers up to the right side. Gains a couple, but that'll bring up 4th down. With 1.5 minutes left, they can roll this one for another 40 seconds, get it under a minute.
Bring up 4th down, about 15.
Be about 4th and 15, 4th and 16 here for the Longhorns. Offense still out there. Probably just going to run one more play to try to kill some more clock. What a day it's been for the Jones offense, though. We've seen a 90-yard touchdown to Hunter Purvis. We've seen some big-time runs. We've seen a dart of a pass for a touchdown to Carlos Hardeman. Rogers will take another handoff to the left side, up the middle, and he will be brought down. And then I'll turn it over on downs, back to the Keifer offense with just 52 seconds left in this game. Coach Haynes, who's the player of the game you think for Jones?
Oh, man.
Tough, isn't it?
It is. Well, I think when you look at it, you had great contributions from everybody. I really think Creighton Jones had a really good game. Someone who goes in and blocks his butt off almost every single play, and then he catches a ball and he goes for 40 yards and kind of got the offense out of a funk in that third quarter. You have Asen Hansen, who's made a lot of tremendous plays with his feet and then being able to throw the ball. As a defensive coordinator, it's tough, extremely tough to try to stop that. And then I think Coda Harris had a really good game tonight. Was able to run the ball, getting about 5 yards a carry, I would guess. If you can get 5 yards plus a carry, that's pretty tough as a defensive coordinator to try to stop. But, I think it all runs through the quarterback. And I think Asen really had a good game tonight. I think he made some plays with his feet. I think he made some plays with his arm.
Not to cut you off, but how about that guy right there, Mason Templeton?
Mason Templeton.
Interception today, a couple of tackles for loss, and that one will go down as a sack right there.
And I think you're exactly right. You know what? I would go out on a limb. I would say Mason Templeton. I think he's had, 4 sacks tonight? Close to it, 3 sacks with, 2 quarterback hurries, had a would-be pick 6. Mason is so tough because he has so much closing speed, and he's such a sure tackler. He doesn't go out of control. He doesn't get himself out of place. He's always finding himself to the ball, making the right play. So, yeah, I think that was a good call. I can't forget about Mason Templeton. I think you convinced me to go with Mason.
Well, this is a preview for the Jones season to come. It's tough because so many key contributors on both sides of the football. 33 points, that's pretty good. But the defense just officially pitched a shutout.
No doubt. Well, and you think about it, especially early on in that first half, defense allowed the offense to have short field. Whether it was an interception, whether it was a short punt, really allowed our offense to kind of get some really favorable spots out there on the football field. So, credit to Coach Steverson, Coach Grantham, Coach Miller, Coach Nesbitt, all those guys on the defensive staff. I really think Coach Marinko, I really think they did a very nice job tonight. And then looking at our offensive guys, being able to be really efficient, especially early on, whenever you're able to score 5 out of the 6 possessions and a half, that's great. I mean, that's how you have winning football. And so, big credit to the coaching staff, really big credit to the players for coming out and performing and, playing with great effort, playing with great attitude. That's what it's all about.
33-0, another dominating Jones Longhorns win. Unbelievable. The defense, as you mentioned, unreal today. Luke DeBusk with an interception, Mason Templeton with an interception, number of tackles for losses and sacks as well. The offensive side, Asen Hansen, big day again. You can go and vote for him on oksportsnet.com. Go to polls, and you can vote on the OSN Player of the Week every week. And Asen Hansen right now is on that poll for his performance in Week 0. And so go and vote for that, and make sure you check that each week to vote for the best player in Oklahoma high school football each week. Download our apps on Apple and Android or on Amazon Fire TV, Roku TV, and Apple TV. Just go to that search bar, search Oklahoma Sports Network, free to download, free to watch, and you can look at our website and our newsletter on oksportsnet.com. Any final thoughts from Coach Grant Haynes?
Looking next week, going to be a tough one. Bethany, team we're very familiar with the last 4 to 5 years. It's going to be a tough one. They've really got a lot of kids coming back this year. They play extremely hard every time we play them. They do some tough things on offense and defense. I think it's going to be an outstanding game. They're a top team in 4A. We're a top team in 2A1. Really, really excited to get it going. Really excited to see it. Can't wait for it.
Back home in Jones next week against Bethany. If you can't make it there to the stadium, join us on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We'll have that and the whole season for you here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. For Coach Grant Haynes and our crew here at the OSN, I'm Zach Reynolds. We'll see you next week.